it's a real resource for not just Fitchburg, but for the whole area, for Leominster and all the surrounding towns that a lot of regions just don't get.
And so now, as you said, trying to find ways to further connect the museum with the community.
Right.
What are some ideas that you have?
Well, oh boy, there's a million different ideas, and I've only been here a month and a half, so I'm still learning a lot about the community, ways in which the museum has been involved in the past, and ways in which we can move forward. So, for instance, one of my priorities is to find ways to make this museum work closely with the Fitchburg Public Schools. So I've already met with the superintendent and I don't know what her title is, but she's basically the person who's in charge of the arts in the Fitchburg.
Maureen,
right. And we're already having conversations about making this relationship really work for the school system, based on the needs of the school system and its curriculum. So we're trying to be responsive to what the community needs, rather than coming up with a bunch of ideas and trying to impose them on the community. So that process is already underway. We've already started a similar process with the university. I've met with the university president, and we have agreed that we're going to work together over the next several years to basically make this the de facto museum for the university. They don't have a museum, a lot of universities do. So rather than having them invent a museum, they have one right in town. And we should be developing the possibilities are really quite endless, because museums and universities are natural partners. We're all in the education business. So I'm going to work with the university, also working with the city already on several initiatives. You see that building over there? B.F. Brown Middle School, which has been boarded up. We're working with the city and Twin Cities Community Development Corporation to find ways to turn that building, the use of that building, to the arts in some way, whether it's artist studios or artist housing or something. And that, as far as I'm concerned, that the best use for a boarded up building right next to the museum is some kind of artistic use. So we're working on that. We're also working with the city and the university and the Fitchburg Cultural Alliance to create a state-designated Main Street Cultural District in Fitchburg.
And what sort of benefit would that give to the city and its residents?
Well, there are a couple of benefits. The initial, this is a program that's run by the Massachusetts Cultural Council. And there are already 14 cities in Massachusetts that have this official designation. So what you get with the designation is initially marketing and PR support on the state level. And then I think the hope is to eventually have state grant monies that would be made available to support the various cultural districts per se. So it's a way of cooperating with the Mass Cultural Council and getting in line for potential funding in the future. The other thing we're doing is we already received last year a grant, a substantial grant, in partnership with the city and the university from the National Endowment for the Arts. It's a federal grant.
The $75,000.
Right. To do community collaborative public art at different sites in the city. And we're starting that program this summer. And our first artist is Nora Valdez. And that will take place over the course of the coming year.